Welcome back to more Sip2Tally. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and today we're going to continue on our countdown of my 32 top ranked teams. So let's count. Let's say it's Sip2Tally's 32 power rankings, our NFL power rankings. Let's just say it as it is. Again, put together by myself, no outside help. I put the teams into 9 categories, ranked each categories, then averaged it out, and that's how I came up with my power rankings. So let's get started. Let's recap what we've done so far. At number 32, the Los Angeles Rams came in. At number 31 was the Detroit Lions. And today we're going to get into number 32. But if you've liked the countdown so far, like the videos, all 3 of them. Go back and go find the other 2 and like them. If you have not subscribed so far, please go back and do so. And hit that bell so you can be notified when these videos drop. But let's get into number 30. Number 30 on today's list. And yesterday when we was watching the preview for the premiere for the Detroit Lions, this team was talked about a lot and it was the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals is our number 30 team today. And let's get into the ins and the outs of the Arizona Cardinals and why they're ranked number 30 on my list. Let's start with the quarterback room. So their quarterback room consists of Kyler Murray, Colt McCoy, David Blau, who was with the Detroit Lions last year. He was featured on Hard Knocks 2 with Malcolm Rodriguez, a guy that, we kind of see. I think we've seen him on Hard Knocks for the past 2 years because his wife is an Olympic runner for another country, not the USA. And we kind of seen him cheer her on as she was trying out for the Olympics for the past 2 years and whatnot. But Kyler Murray. And I have their QB room ranked 14. And let me kind of explain why. And it's solely because of Kyler Murray. It could be higher, it could be lower. But when Kyler Murray is on the field, anything can happen. Anything. Because your O-line doesn't have to be the greatest. He is so slippery. And he makes even better throws out of the pocket than he does in the pocket. Because when he's out of the pocket, he can see. His throws from tackle to sideline, left or right, are way better than his throws between the tackles. Because he can see. And then if he gets outside the tackles, he can run. He's quicker than fast. He can make you miss. And he don't take a lot of hits. Because he's a baseball player too, he knows how to slide. And when I say a baseball player too, he was a top pick in the MLB draft. Turned down a bunch of money from the Oakland A's to play football. So he's not taking a lot of hits. His injury was a freak injury, a bad injury. Only played 11 games last year. In those 11 games, had almost 2,400 yards, 14 TDs, 7 interceptions. Made some bonehead throws. But again, there is some work ethic issues out there about Kyler. There are some Call of Duty issues out there about Kyler. And I'll say this, I follow Kyler on Twitch. I haven't seen him play a lot since he's been hurt or this offseason. His name hadn't popped up on my thing says Kyler is live. That don't mean he isn't playing, but I haven't seen him pop up and say he's live a lot. But what he does in his off time shouldn't have a bearing on how much he loves football and how much he loves the game. I think he loves the game. I think he's an exceptional quarterback. But what's behind him? Yeah, Colt McCoy is probably close to my age. He's 36. Trace McSorley, a former Raven, is, he couldn't beat out Tyler Huntley. And then David Blau, all those guys played last year. Because as soon as Colt McCoy got in, he kind of got hurt. Trace McSorley got like 3 snaps and he got hurt. Then David Blau kind of finished the thing up. So it is what it is. But their quarterback room, solely based off what Kyler Murray can do when he's healthy, I got him at 14. All right, let's move on to their running back room. In running back room, they have James Conner, Keontae Ingram, Corey Cement, and Tyson Williams. Tyson Williams is another former Raven. But I have them ranked number 25, and probably will be lower, but I just got to I give him 25 based off what James Conner did in the past. But if they didn't have James Conner in this room, I probably would have them last. James Conner was a horse and beating cancer and coming back from what he did in Pittsburgh. And do he still have anything left in the tank? I don't know. It's probably getting to the point where he's a little older. Let's see how old James Conner is. Is he up here? Let's see. Is Conner on my list? Let's see. He is 27. Yeah, I don't know how much Conner has left in the tank, so that's why I have that room ranked at number 25. And I probably should have said this from the beginning, but I didn't. So let me double back, and I probably should have said this from ranking before I even started the series. This series has started before D Hop has a home and before Dalvin Cook has a home. So at some point during this 32-1, they're probably going to have a home. And I'm not going to change the ranking when they find it. So it's set. It's set. So if they find a home while I'm doing this, sorry. Took too long for me to do it. Not going to go back in and change it. And it is what it is. Especially if they find a home on one of the teams that I've already done. And it obviously that team's ranking will probably go up, but it is what it is. But let's move to their wide receiver room. In that wide receiver room now, they have Marquise Brown. We all know who Hollywood Brown is. They have Rondale Moore, speedy guy, short speedy guy, just like Hollywood Brown. They have Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson, Zach Pascal, Andre Basquiele. Those are the names in that room. I have that wide receiver room ranked 28. 28. Short, fast guys. That's what they got. Short, fast guys. Can they be efficient in that wide receiver room? Could be. Could be. But they got a lot of the same receivers. Can they get open? Maybe. Maybe. Can that O-line protect long enough for them to get open? Maybe. But anything short and intermediate, I don't think they can do it. It's going to have to be deep down the field stuff where they can use that speed to get separation. Are they great route runners as a whole? I don't think so. Hollywood's probably the best route runner they got. And we all know that he don't like doing the short stuff. He wants to get down the field. He wants to get down the field, catch the deep balls, and be that type of guy. Rondale Moore, he probably is a little better intermediate route runner. So maybe they can complement each other better, but we'll see. A lot of the intermediate stuff is going to depend on their tight end. And we'll get to their tight end in a second. But as far as a hole in that wide receiver room, I got them ranked 28. Because I don't see a lot of promise in that wide receiver room other than Hollywood Brown. And he's established. He's an established guy. He was number 1 in Baltimore. He was number 2 last year with D-Hop. And I thought that would get him what he needed. That would showcase his skill set. Now he's back to being a number 1 with not a lot around him. He's really back in the same situation. He's the number 1 receiver with a good tight end. He's back in the same situation he was in Baltimore. So let's slide on over to their tight end room. I have their tight end room ranked 14. In their tight end room, they have Greg Dortch, Zach Ertz, Trey McBride, Noah Tigma, and Chris Pierce Jr. I like Zach Ertz. We know Zach Ertz is bona fide. He's a little older. Zach Ertz is 32 now. I really like Trey McBride. Trey McBride started to come on as the season went on. I like that combination. That's why I have them ranked where they ranked 14th. That combination of those two guys can really help. They can do a lot of 12 personnel stuff. So you can go with Ertz, McBride, Hollywood Brown, and Rondale Moore. You can do some things. You can really do some things. I like the fact that they can run those two guys out there and then run Rondale Moore and Hollywood Brown out there and be successful. You don't have to have a third receiver out there. I mean, you will see some 11 personnel out of them, but McBride is athletic enough to function as a slot receiver. Even Ertz is athletic enough to function as a slot receiver. Ertz is a really good tight end. And for that reason is why I have them ranked 14, because I really like that combination of Ertz and McBride. Let's jump to their O-line. O-line wise, I have them ranked 27. And I'm going to call out some names from that O-line. Paris Johnson Jr., rookie. That's that left guard. And I skipped the left tackle. DJ Humphries, the left tackle. Paris Johnson Jr. is the rookie. Foothold is their center. Will Hernandez is their right guard. And Kevin Beecham is their right tackle. Paris Johnson Jr. is going to probably jump in and start right off the top. He's their right guard. Their line was not bad. Was not good either. But what saved them from having a lot of sack numbers is Kyler Murray's ability to not be sacked. And you notice once Colt McCoy, once Trace McSorley, once David Blau got back there, they start getting sacked. Because I'm going to give you these numbers real quick. In Kyler Murray's 11 games, he was only sacked 6 times. His sack percentage was 6. Colt McCoy played, 4 games, sack percentage 9. Trace McSorley played 6 games, sack percentage 3.5. David Blau only played 2, sack percentage 7.9. You see those numbers went way up when those other guys that can't move as much as Kyler Murray, got in. So having Murray back there saves their sack numbers. So that's why that's why they're ranked so low. Because depending on the quarterback, you don't have to have that good of an O-line. But when you put a good O-line in front of a mobile quarterback, the numbers go through the roof. But the thing is with Kyler Murray is he don't run a lot. There's not a lot of design runs for Kyler Murray. Now, he runs some, but there's not a lot of them. Murray gets his rushing yards from passes from pass plays and when receivers not being open. That's where he gets a lot of his run yards from. All right, let's move on over to the defensive side of the ball. Their D-line edge room, I have them ranked last. Let's take some of the names over there. Zaven Collins, left defensive end, and he's okay. And they got Myjai Sanders backing him up from Cincinnati. Rashard Lawrence, 4-2 at right defensive tackle, and they're a 4-3 team. And Jonathan Ledbetter. That front four, I have ranked last. Dead last in the NFL. I just think there are 31 other teams with that front four. That's better. And with some teams, it'll be front 5 because the 3-4 teams have 2 outside linebackers and they'll have the 3 guys in the middle. So it's kind of an unfair advantage in some cases. In some cases, it is. But again, I was having a time trying to separate edge and defensive line, so I put them all together. But if you don't like it, screw it. It's my countdown. My way. Like the old Usher song, My Way. But again, I got them dead last. But the bright spot on that line is Zaven Collins. He's the bright spot up there. And honestly, I think Myjai Sanders is really going to probably take that right defensive end spot and be a starter up there for them. But again, that front 4 is ranked 32nd in my opinion. Moving on to their linebacker room. Their linebacker room, I'll call some names out for you. They have B.J. Ojulari, who I like. Kazir White, and Dennis Garbsey, who I have no clue who that is. I have them ranked 23rd on the fact that I like B.J. Ojulari. I like Kazir White. I like Chris Barnes. I like his speed. He's a backup. And in my mind, when I was doing this, I was projecting Simmons as a linebacker. I don't know why. In my mind, I was projecting Simmons as a linebacker. Why? That's why that got them up here. So in my mind right now, I'm still projecting Simmons as a linebacker because that's where he's going to spend most of his time, right around that box. So that's why they got the ranking there up there. Isaiah Simmons is still projecting as a linebacker somewhere in this box. He's going to be somewhere close to him. It's just where we don't know. But we'll see. All right, moving on. Cornerback room, I have them ranked 26. As cornerbacks, they have Rashad Fenton and they have Marco Wilson. Marco Wilson is okay. I think Wilson's a UF guy, a UF kid. And, he's still growing into his own. Again, nothing to write home about. Backups at corner, they have Antonio Hampton. And for some reason, ESPN has Isaiah Simmons ranked as a backup. Listed as a backup corner. That boy a linebacker, or a safety at least. He's not a cornerback. He's a linebacker or a safety at least. But that's why I had him in my mind ranked with the linebackers. And then at safety they have Jalen Thompson and Buda Baker. And as far as safeties, I have them ranked 15th, and that's strictly because of Buda Baker. I had when I did this, I had them ranked initially 10. And as I started doing it and doing other things, strictly because of Buda Baker, they got pushed back to 15. So Buda Baker's a stud, but he don't have a guy to go with him, so that's why he got pushed back a little further. But you'll see when you get to the top 10 with safety combinations, it's probably because they got two good safeties, and that's why Buda Baker got pushed up to 15. So overall, the total score for the Arizona Cardinals, they got a 22.66667, which puts them at number 30 on my list. And the Arizona Cardinals come out to be number 30 on my list of, well, what we called it, more Sip2Tally's power rankings. Number 30, the Arizona Cardinals. Tell me what you think, whether you agree, you disagree. Put it in the comment section and we can chop it up. And I appreciate you guys for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. What else we got? Comment, subscribe, share. Come back tomorrow for number 29 as we get into the 20s. And I appreciate you guys for coming out, man. Peace.